From starting with one fight back in 2018 to still going on strong with rumors now for a fourth one, here are some things that point towards a Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder once again. Why not start with the fact that the rivalry is nothing short of legendary? I mean, who would have thought back in 2018 that it would last for so long that the two would continue to keep fighting till their careers end? Well, maybe not that, but surely a fourth time is up on the cards. There's no denying the fact that Fury and Wilder are two of the best heavyweight boxers in the world, and their previous bouts have seen some of the most exciting and closely contested fights in recent memory. A fourth fight would provide fans with another opportunity to see two top-level boxers compete at the highest level, and if it were to take place, it would add another chapter to the long and storied history of heavyweight boxing. The Fury-Wilder trilogy has already been compared to some of the greatest heavyweight rivalries in boxing history. Some of these include the famous Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier and Lennox Lewis versus Evander Holyfield rivalries. But there's more to it than just that, and it's actually more one-sided than you might think. The Fury-Wilder rivalry has been brewing for several years, and there is still no clear winner. Why I say that is because their first bout ended in a draw.
I don't have a firm opinion on whether or not the draw was justified, because I only watched it once. I thought that Tyson Fury won most of the rounds except the two that he got knocked down in.
Tyson's the anti.
It was then followed by two separate matches, both of which were won by Fury. However, Wilder has consistently claimed that Fury cheated in their most recent bout. And while you can debate about whether he's right or wrong in his claim, many fans believe that a fourth fight is necessary to settle the score once and for all. And I agree. Plus, for Wilder, it's more painful than what it may look from the outside. That's because when they first came face to face, both had 0 losses, and the only 2 losses he has throughout his career are the ones that were handed to him by Fury. So it makes sense why Wilder would definitely want a fourth match. Maybe not so much for Fury, but of course, who wouldn't want to enjoy the press and all that money? Because believe me when I tell you that the fans would want to see that. Oh, and I forgot to mention how Fury still has 0 losses, which obviously isn't fun for Wilder in any way whatsoever. So then, what is it? Well, Wilder may have his luck working for him, because he is unexpectedly being considered as a potential replacement for Alexander Usyk in a fourth fight against Tyson Fury.
There's only one man in the heavyweight division, and you're looking at him. I'm the Dauntless in the waters. I am man, and I can't be beat.
Versus an exceptional road warrior and a true master of his craft.
In the event that Fury is unable to secure a bout with the formidable Ukrainian, it's believed that he may turn to Wilder for an epic showdown at a national stadium. Talks have reportedly already taken place between the two camps as Fury deliberates on its next move. There were talks happening for several months now between Fury's and Usyk's team. However, recent weeks have seen significant delays on both sides, which in turn has pushed Fury to consider other options instead. Not sure if Wilder would like to be a second choice for Fury given how far back their rivalry goes, but at the same time, Wilder's trainer Malik Scott hinted at the possibility of a surprise opponent. He said it while discussing a WBC-ordered bout with Andy Ruiz Jr., which could suggest communication between the two camps for some time.
I'm very interested in the Fury 4 fight, for Deontay. I'm interested in him and Usyk because I know how good Usyk is, but I also believe that biomechanically, what Deontay dishes out, I think it's not humanly possible.
Should Wilder emerge victorious against Ruiz and Fury triumph over Usyk, it's expected that a showdown between the two heavyweights will take place. That's actually going to be quite impressive as a boxing event as a whole, not just because it has Fury and Wilder, but also how they'd win and then come face to face. And Wilder knows it that he desperately needs it. But if you hear Frank Warren, you'd think a fourth fight is never going to happen. Warren, the promoter for Fury, has insisted that Fury's primary objective is to fight Alexander Usyk next and not engage in a fourth encounter with Wilder. But of course, recent rumors have suggested something else. But Warren has completely refuted these claims of Fury's secret talks with Deontay Wilder for a fourth fight. In an interview with White and Jordan on TalkSport, Warren confirmed that such discussions never happened to his knowledge.
Not to my knowledge at all. Not to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge.
No, absolutely. I mean, I spoke with him this morning. I mean, that's not That's not happened. What I understand, they're trying to. They're going to. I think he's been ordered to fight Rui.
I just don't get why they'd deny it if it was actually discussed. I mean, what's the shame in it? Well, if it actually never happened, or Warren doesn't have a clue about it, then I get it. But if that's not it, then keeping it under wraps doesn't make much sense to me. Well, there's also a possibility of them trying to keep it out of the media because the talks failed and they don't want to hype up the fans unnecessarily. But coming back to the topic, Warren further added that Wilder is actually looking to fight Andy Ruiz to secure a mandatory position. Meanwhile, for Fury, the focus remains on finalizing the undisputed heavyweight clash against Alexander Usyk, with Usyk's promoter Alex Krasiuk in the UK for talks with Warren. Warren expressed optimism, stating that they are close to securing a deal and expect to have some news soon. This may be bad news for Wilder's fans, but the Fury versus Usyk discussion has been going on for a while now. In fact, there was already an initial plan where Fury would have fought Usyk and the match was going to be staged in Saudi Arabia. But what now seems is that plan could quite possibly scrapped and the fight may instead take place in the Wembley Stadium in Australia. Even the date for that is now being slowly confirmed as April 29.
But we'll get this sorted out. We've got to get it sorted out quick because we've got a date in mind which is 29th of April and we need to get it done and dusted. So I'm hoping over the next few days that we'll get there.
However, Warren revealed that neither option is off the table at present, which he also explained why. He said that to go abroad, you go for a premium. That's the reason you do it. Otherwise, you get what the numbers are at Wembley Stadium. So yes, it makes sense to keep both options open till the very end. Point is that the team is pushing so hard for Usyk that they're even invested in keeping every possibility open, which makes one thing clear, that a Fury versus Wilder match isn't on their mind. And even if it is, it's gonna be a long while before you can see it happen. Sorry Wilder, but I guess you gotta wait to settle the score. But I mean, there isn't much push from his side either. We've already discussed that there were reports suggesting that Deontay Wilder could potentially fight Tyson Fury, of course in the case where an agreement for the bout with Alexander Usyk couldn't be reached. However, Wilder's trainer Malik Scott has refused these claims, stating that there are no discussions to make such a fight happen. In an interview with ES News this week, Scott expressed his preference for Wilder to fight Alexander Usyk before considering a fourth match against Tyson Fury. Not just that, he also talked about what Deontay thinks about all of this. He explained how, to Deontay, all of this is just noise that will probably bear no fruit. And of course, I'm gonna take his word for it because he's the guy that works with him every day and knows his perspective more than anyone else. It also makes sense, I mean, why would Deontay Wilder want to go back in the ring with Fury so quickly? He just had 2 matches with him in consecutive years. It's more understandable if he can take his mind off of Fury and instead focus on fighting some other opinions before coming back to his arch nemesis. And that's pretty much it with the situation involving Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder.
The 2 baddest boxers on the planet, as we welcome Andy Ruiz Jr. here with our Deontay Wilder.